What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Recently I made that video on what I hate about Android Wear, and it's simply not fair to leave Android Wear hanging like that. It's time for a video on what I love about Android Wear, and of course I'm focusing mostly on the Moto 360 since that's the device that I use. And I want to start off with design. Design for the Moto 360 was crucial in marketing it. So of course, before that we had the Samsung Galaxy Gear, it didn't kick off, we had the Pebble, it didn't really kick off, and even Sony came out with their own smartwatch, and then came the Moto 360. So much hype, and it did more or less live up to the hype. The screen was large, and first of all, it was circular. People picture watches to be circular, unlike the Apple Watch. I think Apple will eventually catch on and be like, yeah, we should probably make the Apple Watch circular as well. Also, it was made out of metal, it had the cool sensors on the back, the leather strap was not only sweat resistant, but super awesome looking, and after they came out with the metal strap, everyone was just, I want to keep this on my wrist regardless. And even now, when I wear this around, people ask, whoa, that's a pretty awesome looking watch, what is it? And I'll be like, it's a smartwatch, and I'll be like, oh, wow. However, with beauty comes a price. That means everyone wants to actually wear this. I know plenty of people who would buy smartwatches and then they'd leave them lying around for absolutely no reason. Now, that's changed. People actually want to wear this everywhere, which means this thing's going to go through a lot. And the number one thing that I was always scared about at first, and not anymore, is water. That's right, this thing is IP67 water resistant. What that means is you can't really go swimming with it, but if you dunk it in water, it should be fine. I believe it's like if you dunk it in water for 1 meter for a half an hour, it'll be fine after you bring it out. That was the test. So, why is it relevant? Well, number one, sweat. I know a lot of people sweat a lot, and you do not want to run with this and then accidentally find out that your watch has sweat in it. That would be terrible. Number two is a little less disgusting. It's known as water in general. When you go to wash your hands, you don't want to be scared or have to take off your watch every single time you simply wash your hands. I get water on this every single time I wash my hands. It's just the way it is. My basic point is they got that right. Making a watch water resistant was crucial, and it's something that comes with the normal watches, so why not come with smartwatches? Another thing I have to talk about is comfortability. Not only the band, but the watch itself. The watch itself is pretty big, and at first I expected it to be like the average metal watch, which I'd wear for like a day, and it would leave marks on my wrist from wearing it all day. That isn't the case. I'll wear this all day with the rubber band, and I've tried out different bands, even the metal ones, and it'll be fine. My wrist will look perfectly new, it won't be uncomfortable, and comfortability wise, I don't mean when you're just sitting there and your watch is on your hand for a long period of time. I mean when you're running with this, it'll still stay comfortable. When you're walking, jogging, punching someone, I don't know what you're doing, but it'll stay comfortable regardless. Number 4 is where Android Wear comes in, and Android Wear is of course the operating system that the Moto 360 uses, so it's pretty crucial when it comes to a good. And I really like Android Wear, all the watch faces, you can play Flappy Bird on here, you can play a variety of games, and games aren't even the crucial ones. It tracks your health, it tracks your steps, it tracks your heart rate, all those are helped on by Android Wear, which is powering not only the Moto 360, but all these smartwatches. And sure, it was a little buggy at first, but by now, with Android Wear 5.0.2, all the bugs are pretty much gone. Apps launch very smoothly, you can check your steps without doing anything. Okay Google, and bang, you can ask it a question. It's so simple, and it's just what a smartwatch needed. The last and final thing builds off of what I just said, and it is Google Now. Google Now is crucial for this smartwatch. Not only do you not have a keyboard on here, I mean you can download a third-party one, but it doesn't really make sense on a watch, but all the different things from texting someone to replying to things on Facebook, using separate applications, you can all launch them using Google Now's voice recognition. And if Google Now's voice recognition wasn't good, then the smartwatch would almost be useless. You can also take a note, you can remind yourself to do something later on, you can do a subtraction problem, or you can ask what part of the world Hawaii is located in, or how many steps it would take to get to Hawaii. Anything you want. And since Google is powering it, you pretty much have all the information ever needed at your wrist. When smartwatches first came out, Samsung was pretty scared that they had failed miserably and that this would affect them negatively, but in the end, they are continuing to come out with new generations of smartwatches every single year, and now every company is taking a step forward in the smartwatch industry, including Apple. I wonder how that will affect smartwatches. Sure, these products still have flaws, and they are first-generation products, but as more companies make investments, and as more companies which means the competition grows, these smartwatches will only get better and better. Thank you for watching. This is going to be me logging off.
you.